Okay, hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing quite an interesting video, but before we start I just want to give a shout out to my girl Joanna, because this is her lipstick, Joanna K Cosmetics. Yeah, and I'm just really loving how this looks, you know. So shout out to my friend for just doing an amazing thing with her makeup line. Yeah, and without further ado, I think let's get straight to the video. As you can see, I undid my natural hair, so I'm back to the extension life. I'm back to the natural hair struggle. But I like how it looks today. Today it's doing well, you know. So anyway, today I wanted to film a story time. Okay, let me just maybe move this down a bit more so that you can focus on my face. Yeah, so guys, but actually I got a ring light recently. So my mom had traveled to China like sometime in September, like 2 months ago, and I'd really been thinking about buying a ring light, yeah. But all the ring lights I was finding in South Africa were going for like 2,000 rand averagely, you know. So when we're looking on an Alibaba, because she was asking me like, what do you want to get for you from China? And I was just like, I wanted something that would definitely help me, you know, advance my career in blogging, content creation, vlogging, fashion design, everything, you know. So I thought a ring light would be a really good investment, because there's so many times that I'm so busy during the day doing my other 3 jobs and then when it comes to nighttime, that's the only time I have to focus on style tech. But by that time I don't have good lighting, so this was perfect, because now I know like I can work during the day, and if I want to film at night I can also film at night, you know. So now it's probably around what time is it, like 6:23, and the sun is okay, it's still bright, but the ring light is really helping as well to just focus on my beautiful face. So anyway, so this video is going to be like me spilling some major tea, some really major tea. So I don't know how people are gonna take this video, but I just feel like it's something I should talk about, because things like this are happening in South Africa and no one is really speaking out about it. Yeah, people are definitely speaking out, but I think we can definitely do more in raising awareness on the situation and on raising awareness on trash men in this country. So this is a story about my life. Mommy, if you're watching this video, like, just know I've been through some things which it's just difficult to talk about, but I think this one is necessary, you know. So I want to share with my peeps, for anyone who's young or in uni, or like is dealing with like a toxic relationship or a toxic man. This video is gonna like hopefully make you know that you can just up and leave and you'll still be fine, you know. So that was such a long intro, I'm sorry guys. But now let's get right into the video. So as you can see from the title of this video, my Nigerian ex let out his dogs on me, his one dog on me. Like, he basically set his Pitbull, his vicious Pitbull on me after I broke up with him. And this is a story of what exactly happened. So like, how long ago was this? Around September. I had just come back to Cape Town, and I had also just moved into a new place. So September, my finances were struggling, because I had to pay, like, you know, my full month's rent and then also a deposit, which was like double rent in 1 month. So I had just gotten this new job with Fashionomics, but all the money that I had earned that month was basically just going to paying my bills. So it was a really difficult time for me financially. So during this time, I think I put it up on my Instagram story that someone scammed me and like stole some money from my account. And it wasn't really like that obvious to detect who it was, because the way that the money went. So I didn't even have much money in my account, because after paying all my bills, I was only left with something like maybe 2,500 rand in my account. Yeah, 2,500 rand in my account. So one night at like around 10 or 11 p.m, and that money I was going to push and just use it as my pocket money for the rest of the month, to buy groceries, to just like live a chilled life but still surviving. You know. So one evening, I'm just getting notifications from my bank. It was around, I was about to go to bed, one after the other, saying this amount has just been taken out from your account to pay this and this app. So the app was called Text Me. I don't know if you guys know about this app. I don't know if it's a scam thing, but basically in a span of 15 minutes, there were 4 transactions that happened on my account, and each of the transactions were like 400 rand, 500 rand, 600 rand. So it was like small amounts, which ended up being like almost 1,500, 2k rand. Okay, I just know by the time I was like by the time I was stopping everything, I was left with less than 500 rand in my account from like 25. So after a while, I get a message from my bank, and then they were asking me like, did you authorize these transactions, because these transactions seem a bit dodgy. And I was like, no, I didn't authorize any transactions. Please, can you just cancel my card? So I called them and I was like, you know what, just cancel the card, just so that money stops leaving, the little money I have. And that money, guys, was I hadn't moved yet. This was actually like in August. So I had just come back from Kenya and I was getting ready to move into my new apartment. So the money that I had in my account was for me to pay for like transport. You know, I had to hire transport and men like to help, like a courier company to help me transport and move my stuff. So that was what I planning to use this money for. So then the money I had the good things that I had a bit of cash on me. I think I probably had maybe like 500 rand on me, and then the rest was now the money that was left in my account. So when they asked, so when I saw that app, I had a feeling about who it could be. So actually, I told my mom, I told people this story, but I didn't tell everyone that I actually knew who actually stole that cash from me. So it was my Nigerian ex who had been dating when I was in uni. We broke up, but he still had access to my Google account, and that was just very stupid of me, because I remember when we were still dating, he had just gotten a new phone, and I was setting up things for him because he's not that good with, like, you know, social media stuff, and I was like downloading apps and stuff like that, and I signed in with my Google account. So my Google account is linked to my bank card now, not anymore obviously after all this happened, but at that time, like, if you could authorize a transaction or you could pay for, you know, things online just by having access to my Google account. Big mistake, you guys, a big mistake. So what happened, I knew who it was, because immediately I just knew it was, because I know that he uses that app. But I don't know why people just can't use WhatsApp, but yeah, I think it's called a Text Me app or something. So immediately I call him and I ask him, like, dude, what the hell, I'm getting like I've lost so much money from my account in a span of 15 minutes. What's going on? Are you the one authorizing these transactions? And then he goes like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize I was using your account, blah blah blah, I'm sorry, I'll pay you back, what. And this time I'm just like, oh my gosh, do you know I'm really broke right now? I really need the money. Like, if it was any other month and I was just chilling with money in my account, it wouldn't have been that critical. So I was like, no, you have to pay me back, you have to pay me back, you have to pay me back. I went to Standard Bank, I canceled all my cards, got new cards. It was just a whole hula baloo. I had to call home because I think that time I had also had a photo shoot to launch my Lion King collection. So I had a photo shoot and I was hiring a photographer, and I was working with my friend Abongo as well, the model who modeled for me. And I had to also pay this girl, the photographer. And this time I'm just like, I don't even know how I'm gonna get this money, because money just disappeared from my account. So I called home. I told my mom, I told her, like, I really need your financial help, so please just send me some money. And she sent me some money to push me through the rest of the month. I managed to pay the rest of my bills, pay the photographer. Actually, to pay the photographer, I actually even borrowed cash from my housemate Eddie, and then I just paid him back when my mom sent me cash. So it was just a very difficult time, and I was just like, for you to put me through all of this, like, you definitely have to pay me. Like, honestly, like, that's my money. Like, and then he was saying things like, oh, you know, it's not even that's such little money, like I can pay you back in double, like that's not even a lot of money, trying to, like, you know, degrade my money, or try to degrade me, to make me feel small, and to make me feel like, why are you even stressing, because that's not even a lot of money. But for me, I was just like, fine, it might not be a lot of money for you, but for me at this time, it's all I have. And if it's such little money, then it should be very easy for you to pay it back, even the double or the triple that you're saying, you know. So he says, yeah, I'll pay you back, I'm a bit low on cash right now, but I'll pay you back. Okay, fine. Days go by, weeks go by, I'm asking for this cash, no cash. Like, months go by, like I was getting, like, I had sort of lost hope. And then, like, when was this month now, I was trying to, like, raise money for my Lagos fund. And then okay, wait, pause. Okay guys, so the lighting is a bit better now. I just warmed up the lights. So yeah, as I was saying, this month I've been really trying to save up and gather money to fund my trip in December to Lagos. So if you follow me on Instagram, then you probably know what I'm talking about. If you're not following me on Instagram, you should definitely follow me on Instagram. But I'm also planning to film a video where I explain to you everything about the Lagos trip and me taking part in Africa Fashion Week Nigeria. So part of this whole, like, hullabaloo, I remember that this guy owes me cash, and I was just like, any amount of money that I can get my hands on right now, I need it. So I called this guy up and I kind of, like, not really threatened him, but I'm just like, I told him I'm planning to travel to Nigeria, this is your country, I'm going to do something for my brand, you need to pay me back that money. It's been more than 2 months, like, you should have the money right now. So he was like, cool, I have the money, I'll sort you out, I'll deposit it into your bank account tomorrow, so give me your bank details. So I gave him my bank details. The next day, no money in my account. So at this point, I tell my friend about it, and my friend is like, no, we're gonna get your money today, because after apparently he said he didn't have time to deposit the money that day, and this was like Friday, and I'm just like, gosh, I need some money for the weekend, you know. So and I think, yeah, this was last Friday, guys, just after I had our photo shoot with this amazing new fashion brand that I'll also tell you about soon. Or you should just follow me on Instagram and you get to know more about it. Anyway, so what happened when I was so after the photo shoot, my friend was like, okay, I'm gonna pick you up from your photo shoot, and then we're gonna go to this guy's place and get the money. Because so now the Nigerian ex had told me, like, just come to my place later, I'll pay your Uber back, because, you know, the Uber back to my place would be some crazy amount, like 250 rand. And he was like, then you can just, like, even just chill for a bit, and then I'll give you back your cash. But for me, I was just like, no, I don't want to come and chill. Like, I'm busy, I have plans this evening with my friends, so I want to come pick up the cash from you. And then, because even actually one of the models who I was modeling with stays close to where he stays, so she was willing to, like, drive me there. I pick up my cash, and my friend picks me up from there. But what we ended up doing after a long hullabaloo, because basically what this guy wanted was for me to go to his place, and I get trapped there and I spend the night, and I don't know what, but I just knew that was not the situation I was gonna put myself into, you know. So I told my friend to go with me, and I told this guy, I kept pushing, I was like, no, I'm not coming to stay over, no, I don't want you to pay for my Uber, I just want to get my cash and bounce. So he finally like said, come over, and then he was like, so you're with your friend? I'm like, yeah. A guy? I'm like, yeah. And I could tell he was feeling some type of way. Yeah. Okay, so as I was saying, you don't scratch me. Good girl. Anyway, so as I was saying, so yeah, so now my friend and I get to the place, everything goes well, I go in, get my cash, leave, and I'm just like, okay, this is probably gonna be the last time, you know, I'm associating with him, which is good, because it was, most of the relationship was toxic. Not all of it, like, there were definitely good times, but a lot of it was toxic. So I was like, you know what, I'm happy I'm actually just done with this. So I'm walking out like feeling so good about myself, and then one of his friends walks out of like the house and walks to like the dog kennel, because they have this really crazy dog. So this dog is like a pit bull, and they've bred it to be very vicious and like just one of those scary dogs, guys, which will tear you apart. Like they do things like, you know, feeding it raw meat every day, keeping it locked up. So if they set it out on, if they set that dog on anyone, like it's definitely going to destroy that person. So this guy walks to the dog kennel and like unlocks the dog. Like even if I've been to that house many times, like that dog still barks at me like crazy, you know. So lets the dog out, and this time like my ex is telling me, yeah, get out of the compound. So I'm like trying to like rush out, and then I see this dog. So this guy actually like opens the door for it wasn't a mistake, you guys, it wasn't a mistake. And this dog starts chasing me, guys. This was probably like, what time was it? I think it was probably around like maybe like 7:30, 8 p.m. at night, probably 8:30 p.m. at night. So it's dark and I'm running on the streets, and this dog, because now it's come out of the house, is running after me, you guys. So after a while I fell down, because I think I was just so scared, and I didn't have like any balance. And then this dog is like now like about to like pounce on my, like I just saw like my life flashing before my eyes. I literally thought I was dying, you guys. I literally thought this is it, this is how I go, it's fine, this is how I go. But then now my ex went like held it like just before it was about to like pounce on me and bite me, and like put it back in the house, and was like, you know, now telling his friend like, why the hell would you you know, let out the dog on this girl. But I sort of feel like it was planned. Like I don't think this, maybe my ex didn't necessarily want to like let out that dog on me, but I think his friend was like, I think we should teach this girl a lesson. I don't know what lesson I needed to be taught, because I feel like I was the one who was being offended from the beginning. But that's what basically what happened. And I scratched my, like I grazed my knee. Like we drove back home when I was bleeding, you guys, and it was just so hectic. And I lost my memory card, my 64 GB memory card for my phone, because I think in all of this my phone like fell into pieces. Thank God it's actually still working, because it fell apart, and like my 64 GB memory card like got lost, and it had so much content on it. But for me, I just really feel bad, because at least the content was backed up. I found out that I had backed up the content already, but I just feel bad because it was a really, like, that's a lot of memory, you guys. Like now I need to buy a new memory card, and you know, like those big memory cards are not that cheap, especially in Cape Town. Yeah, but that was like that was one of the scariest things that have ever happened to me in my life, you guys. And on top of that, I'm scared of dogs. Imagine, like, at least if I was like a dog person, you know. But anyway, the moral of this story time video, apart from giving you guys the tea and the gossip, is that you just need to be very wary about the type of guys you get involved with, especially in university. Don't feel like because this guy is like, you know, giving you nice things, like making you live this life that you would not have afforded to live otherwise, that he's a good guy. You need to be very like wise about the decisions and the people you surround yourself with. Because yeah, I've been through some shit, and I could tell you guys like that was not the company that I should have been like surrounding myself with. Let me just put it that way, you know. But apart from that, I'm not saying all Nigerians are bad, so don't come for me here saying, no, my man is Nigerian and he's never done that shit to me. This is just our, like, you know, a scenario, one scenario, you know, out of very many. Yeah, like, I'm still planning to go to Nigeria. Like, that didn't scare me off from visiting Lagos this December. I'm still planning to go to Lagos. I'm still planning to take part in Africa Fashion Week Nigeria. I'm really excited to collab with one of my Nigerian friends, actually, who's also a guy who I met in Cape Town. He's a musician. He's called Jimmy, and he produces the most amazing music. So he's going to be, my models are going to be working to his music during my fashion show. Yeah, so basically the moral of the story is we still love the Nigerians, but beware of the dodgy ones, because there are enough of them in this country. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. Like, comment down below with any like traumatic experiences you've had with trash men, and let's all just like, you know, we need to call this man out. We need to actually call this man out, because we can't just be sitting here crying ourselves to sleep when these guys are just getting away with bullshit, you know. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.